virtual baby time. I'm Miss Gill. I'm the Youth Services Librarian for Muskegon Area District Library's Norton Shores branch, and we've got a great baby time to share with you today. We wanted to say a special thank you to Houghton Mifflin Harcourt for the use of Splash. And yeah, we've got some fun songs today. We're going to get started we're going to skip our usual hello song and just say a big hello. Can you do your best way of hello? Hello and welcome. It's great to see you today. We're going to get started with some of our stretches. If you haven't seen our videos before, we always do some basic stretches, and I set my book down over here so it doesn't bother us. I have my friend Jelly Bean to show us some of the stretches. Jelly Bean, as you can tell, is a doll about the right size for an infant. But the nice thing is some of these stretches you can do with a very young infant if they're on their back facing you, with like leg stretches and arm stretches if they need more stabilization. If they're older or they're a little more active, they can sit in your lap and do some of these stretches. Either way works. So be open to flexibility. That's the main thing with baby time. All of the rhymes and songs that we use, all of the different activities we use can be modified or skipped if you or baby are uncomfortable with them or for some reason or another just aren't into it that day. Be flexible. There's lots of different ways to play together. So we're going to get started with our warm-up stretches. First, we're going to do an arm stretch where we just put our arms across our chest and stretch them out. Just a little chest cross right there. We're moving very gently with baby's arms. You want to hold baby's arms kind of at the forearm a little bit and just move them gently across to warm up those joints and muscles. Doing some gross motor development here. Our next stretch is what I like to call bicycle legs, where you're moving baby's leg into a little bit of a bend, back and forth, like they're riding a bicycle. If they're older, they might like to stand up and just bend legs a little bit for that part, and that's okay. They like to do that, and that's fine. That kind of warms up their leg muscles and gets them going. Our next one is arm circles. This one's a little harder to do with the doll, so I'm just going to show you. You're going to move arms in a gentle rotation around, holding baby's arm right here at the forearm. Gentle rotation around like this and like this. You might move both arms at the same time like this, but you want to make sure that baby's arm is being moved very gently. You don't want to move too fast, so go nice and slow. And then next we've got what I like to call swimming legs, because this is like kicking your feet in a pool. We're just moving our legs back and forth, just like that. And for this one, you want to make sure that you're stabilizing baby's leg under the knee. That's very important to keep that joint stable. And that's swimming legs. I've seen some babies who just like to do that in general. They just like to kick their legs, and that's okay too. Especially if they're on their back, you can do different rhymes like motorboat, where you're holding their legs like this at the shin and doing a gentle bend, or even doing them as a scissor kick kind of thing like this. But motorboat goes like motorboat, here we go. Motorboat, go so slow. Motorboat, step on the gas. Motorboat, go so fast. That's a fun one to do. And the nice thing is you're doing variations of speed. It gets to be interesting. If they aren't interested in doing a leg kick for that, you can make it into a bounce or a clap game instead. Lots of different possibilities. So our next activity we're going to do actually is a bounce. This is Kangaroo Brown. If you haven't heard this song, this is, I believe there are versions of this on Sally's Singing Circle, one of their CDs. But Kangaroo Brown is just a simple bounce. Jump, jump, Kangaroo Brown, jump, jump, off to town. Jump, jump, uphill and down. Jump, jump, Kangaroo Brown. And it's just a simple bounce. You can have a bigger jump if your baby wants to play a little more like that. You can have a small jump if they just want to just bounce a little bit, or if they're maybe a little bit height averse. There's a lot of different variations you can do. But Kangaroo Brown is just a really fun one if you just want to bounce. So is Trot Trot to Grandma's House. That one's a little bit longer. We can do a shortened version of that. Trot Trot to Grandma's House is just trotting back and forth like this. This is kind of the motion like you're on horseback. And if you want to, you can throw a whoa in there or something like that. It's kind of a fun variation. But Trot Trot to Grandma's House just goes trot, trot to Grandma's house to get a little boy some cherries. When we got there, the tree was bare. So we'll trot back, 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 trot back. Whoa! Do, 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 do. There are 8 trot backs for those that are counting. But again, that's another one you can kind of vary as much as for trot backs or as little as you like. Now that's a lot of gross motor development. We're moving our whole body, we're doing a whole lot of big physical movements. Let's do some fine motor development. If you have your fingers handy, we can do two little bluebirds. Two little bluebirds sitting on a hill. One named Jack, the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. This is a really simple rhyme. There's not a whole lot going on there, it seems like. But what we're playing with is object permanence. Something disappears, it comes back. Just because it's behind my back doesn't mean it's gone. We're also doing tiny movements with our fingers. Babies will only be able to imitate you when they first see this. But that's okay, because they see it and they see you, the rock star, doing it. I can do this stuff till I'm blue in the face. Babies might care, they might not. But if you, their grown-up, are doing it, they'll think it's cool and they'll want to try it. And that will help them as they develop. Two little bluebirds sitting on a hill. One named Jack, the other named Jill. Fly away, Jack, fly away, Jill. Come back, Jack, come back, Jill. Excellent. We have another rhyme, 5 green and speckled frogs. You might remember this one from when you were a kid. You should definitely try incorporating rhymes and songs that you liked as a child into your time with your baby. You can play around with them. There are a whole lot of different regional versions you can try. There's even different versions between different artists. The one I learned was done by Rafi, but there's a bunch of versions of this song. I'm going to shorten it to three little frogs, just because sometimes it can be hard when you're a baby to sit through 5 whole frogs. That's a lot of singing. 3 green and speckled frogs sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are 2 green speckled frogs. Glub, glub. 2 green and speckled frogs sitting on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. One jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there is 1 green speckled frog. Glub, glub. 1 green and speckled frog sat on a speckled log, eating some most delicious bugs. Yum, yum. They jumped into the pool where it was nice and cool. Now there are no more green speckled frogs. Glub, glub. All right, those are some fun rhymes. Let's move on to our story today. This is Splash. And it's by Flora McDonald, and it's a big book. I like to use big books in part for this program because it's easy to see the pictures. If you're using a smaller book at home, that's totally fine because you guys can share it together a little more easily than I can with a whole group of people. Hot, hot, hot. The elephants are hot. Woo. They're also big. Poor elephants, they're so hot. It's a good story for summertime because it gets hot. Tiger is hot. Ugh, poor tiger. Look at his tongue sticking out. Rhinoceros is hot. It's just too hot. Let's follow the baby down to the, where could we be going? There's a lot of different animals. They're all going somewhere when it's hot. Oh, to the water! Lovely water. Water to drink. Nice cool water to drink. Water to squirt, squirt, squirt. Oh, especially if you're an elephant. You can squirt water. That wonderful trunk that they've got. Oh, splash goes Mother Elephant. That's a big splash. Of course, she's an elephant. Of course it's a big splash. Splash goes Rhinoceros. Rhinoceroses are also very big. So that would be a very big splash. Whoosh, sploosh goes Tiger. Probably because of all that fur. A little more whoosh and sploosh than splash. Splash, 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 splash. Just the right thing for a hot day. Lots of splashing. Now Tiger is cool. Now rhinoceros is cool. Now mother elephant is cool and happy. I don't think I've ever seen a tiger as happy as that tiger. Look at that tiger smile. What a happy, cool, clever little baby elephant. It's a good idea to go with the water. The end. Great job listening, you guys. All right. Well, I want to encourage you to take a look at our website for more of our other programs, our virtual baby times and our story times as well. And do take a look at some of the parent resources on 0to3.org. There's some really good resources on different ways to play. Like, for example, they've got some great stuff about water play and about using cleaned out reusing plastic cups like yogurt cups or things like that. They can be used very well in water play and bath time. So give it a try. Take a look at 0to3.org under parent resources. And thanks so much for coming to Baby Time today. We'll see you next time.